I'm Morton.
I'm Jeremy.
And we're here to investigate the Brothers Grimm cemetery. That's right, the famous Brothers Grimm. If you don't know who they are, they've done famous books as Cinderella, The Prince King, Rapunzel,
Rumpelstiltskin.
They did, well, that's just a...
all the famous fairy tales.
Yeah. Disney has went bonanza with these guys' fairy tales. But what a lot of people don't know is they actually didn't write these fairy tales. They had to rewrite them, yes, but they actually went from village to village, taking down old fairy tales from grandmas. Like, say your grandma is telling a tale, they would actually go talk to your grandma and get that exact story and write it down, so these would not be forgotten and lost in time.
Rumpelstiltskin is one of the most famous characters in German literature, at least. And when he dies, when someone says his name, the earth opens above him, underneath him, and then he falls to his death. But in the official Grimm story, he puts one leg into the ground and grabs his other leg and rips himself in half. So these stories were completely macabre, they were completely vulgar, they were extremely violent, and that just shows how much the stories have evolved over time to make them more accessible to children nowadays.
Cinderella, her wicked stepsisters had to cut their own toes off by that the glass slipper would fit. So all these stories have been seriously edited due to censorship, I'll say, for children.
Yep, for sure.
Because these stories were actually not designed for children. They were designed for our age people. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's probably...
They were warning stories for adults and
yes.
to make your kids feel safe.
As he was just saying, these are actually, a lot of these are warning stories for like kids to stay out of the woods, or don't talk to strangers, or, you know, mind your P's and Q's. The bad person always gets their comeuppance in the end. So, don't forget to mind your P's and Q's, because otherwise you're going to get your toes cut off, or you're going to get stabbed with a hot iron, or, you know, you're going to rip yourself in half. Like,
not fun.
So we are going to do a paranormal investigation here, and we're going to see if anything happens. Because, I mean, so many teams claim that these famous people are always haunting them, so I'm going to call bullshit, and we're going to go to some famous, very well-known people.
I'm on the EMF today. We got 83.8 degrees Fahrenheit right now. We got Dwane on the secondary camera right there. And we got yours truly, Morton, on the main camera. Not fucking up this time.
Not fucking up this time.
And we're gonna go walk around the cemetery and see if we can find anything.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to you?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. We got 84.1. But I'm sure that's because of the building, there's no wind. See, debunking is a major point in any paranormal investigation. You got to look for any cause. Like we did with him when the temperature dropped, it's because he was walking. Temperature raises, no wind. You go figure, right?
Getting a bit cooler, but we're also in the shade. Actually, should we fucking film this? So we got a bit cooler back here, but we're also in the shade with no wind at all, so that could possibly be a reason why we have some paranormal activity.
Shh! He's telling all the secrets! That's my job!
I'm sorry. I didn't want to release all the tricks.
He is actually doing an amazing job as a cameraman.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dwane.
I am very impressed with this guy right here. And I'll make sure to leave this in the video. Morton, leave this in the video when editing. We got the Illuminati with the Mother Jesus. The all-seeing eye. Yeah, I want to need... Yeah! I could totally get down to this. Yeah, these are some of the family or something, or whatever it's about.
This pocket is great. Let's take a right and go down to the...
Nope, he's gone.
He's going to his grave though. So we get down the middle.
So as we've been walking through this entire cemetery, there's been literally zero activity. But it's been very cool to film at the infamous Brothers Grimm cemetery. How many people can say they've done a paranormal investigation at the Brothers Grimm cemetery? I would say 0. Because I've looked into this, and 0. I'm a little drunk, so. But yet again, 0.
Official thermometer change. We've had no change at all. We've had no apparitions. I mean, I haven't seen any. Have you?
What about EMF?
EMF, also nothing.
Oh.
Completely 0, like when we started. And we haven't started this anew as well, like we have the cameras, so...
So wait. So, famous people don't talk to nobodies? No.
Oh my god.
No way.
Temperature's going down a bit more, but that could also be down to...
It's because you're walking.
Exactly, walking, wind. And it's also becoming more evening, so...
That too. I bet you if we were at Robin Williams' grave, that guy's back here. I bet you if we were at Robin Williams' grave, we'd get contact, we'd get EMF. That guy's so watching us. That guy is so watching us.
But just to see the banter that we have on set, I mean, that man is just comedy gold. So he wouldn't be there for malicious intent at all. He'd just be there to have fun with us.
Sure.
God damn. As if we would expect anything else. It's almost as if the other videos were lying.
Oh no. But like I said, I bet you if Robin Williams, we were at his grave, EVPs, temperature drops, apparitions. Bullshit.
The official...
This one actually goes down into the cellar.
Spiral staircase down to the bottom.
You probably can't see it on film.
But you can hear the echo at least.
Yeah, but there, like you said, there's a spiral staircase that goes down this way, which leads to the tomb. How cool is that? This man behind me has been doing an amazing job. I don't know if you can see him with the camera work. Can't say I've ever had someone film so good with, never had done that before. Oh, this one there's actually stuff in. There's a lot of dead people in here.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Like, just look at this. The whole thing. But why is there a boob in there? He's like, why is there a seat? What is the seat? Like, I mean, sure, I would love to go in there and drink and talk with these people, but why is there a seat? Oh, damn. Oh, let's go make one of these. Boy. Like, look, like they took the body out. If you actually do not take care of your graves, they will actually dig up your body, or the body, and they will burn it to make space. And yeah, and I'm guessing that's what this one is, because there's literally nothing in there.
The next generation. There's
literally nothing in here. It's just an empty room, which smells like urbexing. I've done that before. Oh, this one there's actually stuff in. There's a lot of dead people in here.
Oh yeah.
A lot. Like, just look at this. The whole thing. But why is there a broom in there? And then he's like, why is there a seat? What is the seat? Like, I mean, sure, I would love to go in there and drink and talk with these people, but why is there a seat? This one you can actually see under. I can't with my camera. I can't see it in there because the light's too high. We are actually at the Brothers Grimm headstones. No joke, they are actually buried here. And this, I believe, is their brothers. There was I won't say, oh, there's a fifth one. Why is that one white?
Maybe it's one of the wives or something.
You know, she actually brought one of the big stories.
That makes sense. Henrietta, he's now in Albertina. That's probably all the wives.
Well, there was only one wife. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but only one of them married, but they all lived together in one house. And actually, the wife brought in one of the most famous stories, the Prince King, I believe it was, which could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. But yeah,
If we're wrong, we'll edit it out.
Yeah, I'll just cut this part out. But Brothers Grimm Cemetery, like, wow, do you learn like some history shit right here?
Exactly. Proper story makers. I mean, not story makers, but
Rewriters, because one had to find the stories and the other one had to rewrite the stories to make them fit into the story. So technically it was a writer, but they just got the stories from someone else. But so we continue to walk. Actually,
I think we'd go past the rich families, because the rich families have more like beef with people, right?
I can tell you. But sure, we'll do that. Sure. But I want a picture with these. So cut that camera off, and I'll cut this camera off. We checked the EMF, 2.5.
Yeah, it's
probably from
walking though.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything move.
Well, Brothers Grimm Cemetery, we come to find, is not haunted in any form. Would you say it is?
Nothing.
Would you say it is? Mm-mm. Well, we filmed at the Brothers Grimm Cemetery just like we promised, so I hope you guys enjoy.